Hi, y'all. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm just going to wait for a few people to get on. I'm probably going to start with or without anybody on because that's what the Spirit is leading me to do. And I just want to introduce myself. My name is Wendy Williams, but I go by Wendy Wisdom online. I'm sure a lot of you probably can understand why, right? Because Wendy Williams dominates the internet with her name and her movement. So it's Wendy Wisdom Williams. That's what I go by. And I always put Wendism, which is just my intellectual, spiritual, and mental perspective on various topics. So, guys, I wanted to talk tonight about inconsistency in relationships and how to respond. And so, what has led me to want to talk about it is pretty much just my own experiences with inconsistency and the things that I see a lot of women do and how we respond because we're emotional. Men don't express their emotions the way we do. And so a lot of times we feel like they don't care, they're not hearing us. And that's not always the case. And so I just want to talk about what inconsistency looks like in relationships and effective ways to respond. And I have a bonus for the ladies, okay? A bonus. And so hi, honey. And so I'm live on Instagram and I'm also live on Facebook. So, um, y'all, if y'all only knew what I went through to get this thing started tonight. But anyway, so I'm going to get started. And so, inconsistency in dating this day and age pretty much is a pattern of unreliability, a lack of consistency. Also, and I have some notes, so you'll probably be seeing me glance at my notes here. It's fickle behavior. One minute they're hot, one minute they're cold, one minute they want to be lovey-dovey. Next minute, oh, I need some space. Anytime you see a person who's fickle, we as women do it also, but whenever you see a pattern of inconsistency where you don't know one minute if it's going to be hot, if it's going to be cold. We were good for 2 weeks, then we're off for the next week or two. Then he's lovey-dovey for a week, and then he pushes me away the next week. That is inconsistency. That right there will play on your emotions greatly. And so, and that's a lot of unpredictable behavior. But if you pay attention to patterns, like I do, it's not that unpredictable, okay? If you're honest with yourself, it ain't that unpredictable. And so once you have that inconsistency in a relationship or just trying to get to know somebody and build a relationship, you have to understand what it is that you're dealing with, right? And so a lot of times we as women, we already done thought 10 yards down the line. We thinking about how this relationship is going to work, how much fun we're going to have with the guy. We tell our friends everything. And sometimes the guy's not even on the same page as us. They're not even in the same book as us, okay? Um, they have different motives, different agenda. It's about paying attention to what's in front of you, not hoping for what we hope things will be, which happens to all of us. I get it. But stick with me. I'm going to help you to kind of navigate through being more realistic and focusing on what you want versus what you want from this other person. And so when we have inconsistency occurring, what you'll have is a person who fails to follow through. They'll say, we're going to go out to dinner. I have plans for us on Saturday. And then an excuse happens, or they don't even call or text you to say, I got to reschedule. Something came up. You get nothing, or you get a bunch of excuses time and time again. That's a person you have to guard your heart with, ladies. Take your time, slow down. He's showing you who he is. He's showing you where he is. And I'm not even going to say how he feels about you, but he does not take you seriously when you see a pattern of inconsistency. And this goes for men too, because there's women who are tired of being played. We're tired of the games. And so we learn from men who are supposed to be the leaders, the head of the household, the men who are the hunters and the pursuers. We have learned from you all how to be in relationships. So I hear men complain, there's no quality women, or this woman was on games, and she has a lot of stuff with her. Absolutely right. That you're absolutely right. So this is for men and women. I'm not a man basher. I love you guys, but I have to be real and always speak to my women's spirit. That's what I do. Okay. And so again, so when you have a person who fails to follow through, you have to be real with yourself about what you're dealing with. Also, as I said, with the unpredictable behavior, one minute they're hot, one minute they're cold, one minute they want to be lovey-dovey, the next minute they too tired to even call you after work. They don't respond to you or text you like they used to. They don't call and check on you like they used to. You're getting more and more excuses. They're not remembering your birthday or special dates like they used to, or like they should have for a person they say they care about. And keep in mind, I am talking about inconsistency with the person you actually like or love or have deep feelings for. Now, if you just having fun and it's a physical thing, then by all means, honey, do your thing. This ain't for you. This ain't for you if you're just doing your thing, because what do you care? You're clear that it's just a physical transaction and friends with benefits type of thing. You don't want anything additional to come out of it. Then I root for you. Be honest with yourself, and that's pretty much all you're going to get from the situation. But this is for people who are going through the motions because of the inconsistency, because they would deep down inside really want more from this person they're dating, but they kind of feel like, I don't know if this person will ever really give it to me. Okay, so those are the people I'm talking to. And so whenever you see the hot and cold, the up and down, them cutting you off and on, those are some red flags to be aware of, and not make excuses, not justify it. A lot of times, I'm just going to say it because we all grown here. A lot of times good sex will make you ignore a lot of red flags, okay? So keep in mind, when you are ignoring red flags, just know what you're doing. Don't blame him for deceiving you. Don't blame her for deceiving you. You know when a person is inconsistent. You know when you need to guard your heart. You know when a person is full of shit. Let me just be honest, okay? So when you see those red flags, you see that inconsistency, that is for you to say, you know what do I plan to do about it? And we're going to get there in a second. And so, again, like I said, beware of those hot and cold moments. 1 minute they're pulling you in so lovey-dovey, then they're pushing you away. That is the start of the emotional roller coaster. Okay, that is dark love. There's no light in that. There's no joy in that. Having somebody yo-yo with your emotions, your time, and your feelings, there's nothing fun about that. That is draining, okay? Don't ask me how I know. But that is draining. And so let me tell you what actually happens as a result of having someone play with your emotions and have you on the emotional roller coaster, riding the wave. And so a lot of times you see that you become confused about which direction the relationship is going in. You are easily agitated by things because this situationship is stressing you out. Also, you have a lowered self-confidence because you're probably trying to figure out, how could I please this person, or what am I doing wrong? And 9 times out of 10, it's nothing you're doing wrong. They may just not be ready to be in the same place that you are, even though they're probably telling you, I love you, please be patient with me, I just want to be with you, I don't want you to be with anybody else. But you know that they're probably with somebody else, right? When people are inconsistent, you're not the only one. Whether you have proof or not, you are not the only one, okay? Somebody or some things has their attention. That's no personal attack on you. Don't take it as rejection, because you don't know what people are going through. A lot of times men are not even going to tell you directly what they're going through. So you have to just take it for what it is, right? And so also with the stress that comes with it and the confusion, also we like I said, the lowered self-confidence, because you're trying to figure out, what did I do? Did I do something to push him away? Did I do something to make him not be as consistent with me? And again, it's not you, ladies. It is him and where he is. That's why sometimes when a person behavior is not lining up with what they're saying to you, that's when you have to take some different steps, okay? And so if a guy is saying, I love you, I don't want you to be with anybody else, but he stands you up, he doesn't return your calls, he only is available at night to come over and lay with you, okay? And so you have to pay attention to the signs and not deceive yourself about what's really going on. Also, the stress from that emotional roller coaster causes you to lose edges. I mean, the edges just going back, the stress. You see loss of appetite, sometimes increased appetite, emotional eating. You're spending more money, screwing up your account because you're buying shoes and different things to fill that void of not having a solid relationship, or at least a consistent partner to develop something with. It does take a toll on you. That's why we have to decide to not play with our time and emotions anymore. And also, keep in mind, the guys, their hairlines start receding. They start getting gray hair in places because you got to get tired of being inconsistent and playing games with people. So they get their little karma, and different things happen to them too. Pay attention. So the 3 tips and a bonus is what I want to give you guys. So the 3 tips on an effective way to respond when dealing or trying to build something with an inconsistent person. Okay? Here we go. These are free now, okay? It's not going to always be free, but here we go. Thank me later. So the first one is you have to decide, right? You have to really sit down and think, this is what's going on. This person is inconsistent. My feelings get hurt because they do not care about disappointing me. This is what's going on. And what is it that I really want from this person? You have to really sit and process that. What do I really want from this person? And then be honest with yourself after you write out or think about what it is that you really want. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Can this Negro give it to me? Did I say Negro? Can this person give it to me? Man or woman, monkey, dog, it don't matter to me. Can this person give it to me? Have they demonstrated any qualities to give it to me? Not what you hope they can do, not what their mouth and lip service has told you they can do. Have they shown you that they can be consistent? And the honeymoon phase don't count, okay? It's about what they're showing you after the honeymoon phase. What are they showing you after they get the cookie? What do they show you after he knows you're in love with him or that you have deep feelings for him? How does he treat you after that? Those things tell you whether he's emotionally mature enough to be in your life in that type of capacity, okay? Because you may just want something from somebody who's not ready to man up and be what you need him to be. And you have to be okay with that, or you're going to be like a lot of women, forcing a man, babying a man to be something that he's not ready to be. That is draining. If I have to coerce you to like me and commit to me, I'm going to have to coerce you to stay. I'm going to have to suck your toes to get you to take out the trash and do little things and be consistent. I don't have time for that, okay? So, again, decide what you want and be ready to accept the truth. And also, when you're deciding, I want you to pray also. Ask God for wisdom. And whatever he reveals and shows you, even though it's going to hurt, even though it may be hard, even though you may not want to start over because you feel like you've invested time and your energy, receive it. Receive it before you're forced to receive it. Okay? All right. And so the second tip to effectively responding to an inconsistent partner is to communicate. Once you're clear about what you want, you have to communicate. Not tear the man down, not villainize him, bombing him out. I shut down when I feel like somebody's attacking me and not talking to me like a human being. So imagine how a man feels, and I understand you get frustrated, women, but you're never going to get him to really hear you out if you're just cursing, screaming, and only communicating when you're upset. That's not going to work. How has that been working out for you? It's not a real effective way to express yourself. So I would just encourage you to sit your partner down, whoever it is, sit them down, express, this is what I need. Do you think you have the capacity to give me this? And don't be upset by the responses. You better thank God for wisdom. You better thank God for truth. If they give you some honest, hard answers, I'm not ready. You know, whatever it is, whether you want to hear it or not, accept it for what it is and make a decision. Do what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you, okay? And the third thing I would say on how to effectively respond when in a emotionally draining type of relationship, the third way to respond to it is get busy. Get busy. Get something else in the brain. That's how you guard your heart. Start getting busy. Start leveling up. Whether it's working on your finances, picking up a part-time job, focusing more on your children, focusing more on your health, whatever it is, get busy. Do things that make you smile. Do things that elevate your mood. Do things that help you to get your mind off of the stress of an inconsistent emotional roller coaster situation, okay? Because that ain't a relationship, that's a situationship. Okay, so get busy. Stop focusing on this person, what they're doing, what they're not doing, because that's draining. It's draining. It's draining. And so it's not playing games. I'm not telling you to be tit for tat, but why make yourself available for somebody who's not available to you? And let me tell you what I hear men say all the time. It's a turnoff when they're dealing with a woman who is parked. You know what parked means? Parked means nothing has changed with her. She's sitting still. I can go play the field. When I'm bored or I want to screw, I can call her and she's available every time. No matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, she's available. That's not going to win him over when you're that available, when you're making yourself that easy for him to have access to. So again, do things that are positive, things that elevate your spirit. Grow closer to God. Work on a business plan. Do something fun with your children, your friends. Do things that will get your mind off of this relationship or situationship that is draining you. Okay. Also, the bonus, which is the last thing. The bonus that I have, and this is for my ladies. So when you're in a situationship and you have a person who's inconsistent, right? A lot of times guys will ask you, mind you, he's already let you know his actions maybe have let you know that he doesn't want to commit, or he may have verbally told you, which a lot of guys do. He does not want to be in a committed relationship. You know that he's still playing the field, doing him. But a lot of times guys will ask you, have you slept with anybody? Is anybody else blessing you physically? So when a guy is asked, mind you, he does not want to commit to you. He is inconsistent. The relationship drains him. The relationship or situationship is draining you, right? And he's asking you, who are you sleeping with? So basically, while I don't have time to commit to you and I disappoint you over and over and over again, I know you have a lot of free time on your hands. Who are you giving that free time to? What are you doing? And a lot of times it's their own guilt because they know what they're doing. And so they want to feel okay about their guilt to say, I knew that she was doing it too. That's why I can't trust you. That's why I can't commit to you. I knew it. Ladies, here is the bonus, okay? As long as you are single, you don't have no ring on your finger, don't you open your mouth and tell a man nothing about your personal sex life. So that means when you're not in a committed situation, I pray that you are using protection. Protect yourself however that looks for you, okay? It's better to be safe than sorry. But as long as someone is not willing to commit to you and you have this confusion about where the relationship is going and they won't commit to you, why do you owe them that level of honesty when you know they're looking you right in the face and being honest and being dishonest with you over and over again? Why? So some women, I've heard women say, "Oh, well, we were on a break and he asked when we got back together, so I just told him, yes, I did sleep with the last guy I was dating." And then the guy puts them on this terrible guilt and shame trip, treats you like trash because you should have never opened your goddamn mouth. Now, I learn a lot from men, okay? So you better receive this. As long as you are single, you don't owe anybody any explanation as to what you do with your body in your spare time. Again, do not ever tell a man when you're on a break what you did during your break. During your break, you worked on yourself. You were focused on things that elevated your spirit, okay? Because he's not going to tell you the truth. And even if he do, some of that is, it's not the truth, okay? So the only reason why I say that is because I've seen women do it and they end up regretting it. Men's ego cannot take that. He don't know if the penis was bigger, better, the pocket was longer. He don't really know what's what. So he is going to take that and make your life a living hell. You cannot do that. Men's egos are too fragile. Keep it to yourself, okay? They don't deserve it. They don't even need to hear it. They don't even know what to do with that kind of truth, okay? So that's the bonus. So real quick, 3 ways to handle it, and a bonus. 3 ways to effectively respond is to 1, decide what you really want and be clear and honest with yourself about, can this person give it to me? Even though they're inconsistent, maybe they can give it to you. You just have to be honest about what you want, and maybe they'll be honest about where they are, and you guys can work it out, okay? Step 2, effectively communicate. Not argue, not bash, not tear them down. Effectively communicate your feelings and the inconsistencies that are happening and what you guys need to do to grow forward and to move it forward and to kind of get your needs met. The third tip to effectively communicate is get busy. Not playing games, but do things that add to you, that increase your confidence, your self-esteem, and things that, will help you to just be a little more focused. Stop focusing on him and what he's not doing, the inconsistency, and how much him disappointing you bothers you. Get your mind off of those negative things. Get focused, get busy, do things that make you smile. Clean your house, redecorate something, do something, ladies. And the bonus is, as long as you are a single, unmarried woman, I don't care how many times the man asks, what have you done in your spare time? Have you had relations with anybody other than me? Sis, zip your lips, okay? Zip it. Don't tell him. Don't trust it. His ego can't handle it. Remember, I told you this. Okay, guys. So that was that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a comment. Thank you all. Until next time. And so I'll put an announcement out that lets you know when I'm going to go live. And you could also leave me ideas of topics. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.